Marilyn was 70 years old when her doctor told her something that changed everything. After decades as a flight attendant, traveling the world and serving meals at 30,000 feet, she thought she knew what healthy eating looked like. But her latest blood test told a different story. Her LDL cholesterol, what doctors call the bad cholesterol, had climbed to 180. Her doctor warned her that without changes, she was at serious risk for heart disease or stroke. Marilyn sat in that exam room feeling confused and a little scared. She wasn't eating fast food every day. She wasn't smoking, so what went wrong? Here's what shocked her most. According to the American Heart Association, nearly 68% of adults over 60 have elevated cholesterol levels, and many don't even know it. High cholesterol doesn't announce itself with pain or warning signs. It works silently, building up plaque in your arteries month after month, year after year. But here's the hopeful truth Marilyn discovered, and what I want to share with you today. The foods you eat every single day can play a powerful role in supporting heart health and bringing cholesterol back into balance. Have you ever wondered if what's on your plate could actually help protect your heart? Welcome to Senior Health Facts, your trusted home for science-based health guidance designed specifically for adults over 60. Today, we're going to walk through 7 everyday foods that may help reduce cholesterol naturally, along with simple, practical ways to include them in your routine starting tomorrow morning. If living a longer, healthier, and more independent life matters to you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and if you've ever worried about your cholesterol numbers, drop a comment below. You're not alone in this. Let me explain why cholesterol becomes such a concern as we get older and why understanding it can genuinely change your life. When we're younger, our bodies are remarkably efficient at processing fats. But after 60, things shift. LDL cholesterol, the kind that sticks to artery walls, tends to rise. Meanwhile, HDL cholesterol, the helpful kind that actually clears out the bad stuff, often declines. It's like your body's cleanup crew is getting smaller, when the mess is getting bigger. According to research from Harvard Health Publishing, this shift happens because our liver becomes less effective at clearing cholesterol from the bloodstream. As we age, hormonal changes, reduced physical activity, and changes in metabolism all contribute. Think of it this way. Your arteries are like highways. When cholesterol builds up, it's like debris piling up on the road. Over time, the lanes narrow, blood flow slows down, and eventually a blockage can cause a heart attack or stroke. But here's what gives me hope, and what kept Marilyn going: lifestyle changes. Especially the foods you choose can make a measurable difference. The National Institutes of Health has confirmed that dietary adjustments can lower LDL cholesterol by 5 to 10% in just a few months, and when combined with other healthy habits, the impact is even greater. Beyond the physical numbers, managing cholesterol also affects how you feel emotionally. When Marilyn started taking control of her diet, she told me she felt empowered. She wasn't just waiting for medication to fix everything. She was actively participating in her own health, and that sense of control, it reduced her anxiety. It helped her sleep better. It gave her confidence that she could still live the vibrant, independent life she'd always imagined for her retirement years. So yes, cholesterol matters, but it's not a life sentence. It's a signal, a chance to make changes that can add years to your life and life to your years. Before we dive into the foods that can help, let's talk about what might be working against you. often without you even realizing it. Marilyn thought she was eating healthy, but when she sat down with a nutritionist, she discovered she was making some common mistakes that many seniors make. Let me walk you through the top dietary pitfalls that can worsen cholesterol levels. The first mistake is consuming excess saturated and trans fats. These are the fats found in fried foods, processed snacks, fatty cuts of meat, and baked goods made with shortening or margarine. They directly raise LDL cholesterol by increasing the amount of cholesterol your liver produces. Marilyn loved her morning butter on toast and her occasional fried chicken. She didn't realize that just 2 tablespoons of butter contain about 14 grams of saturated fat, more than half the daily limit recommended by the American Heart Association. Here's the real-life impact after Marilyn switched to olive oil and cut back on fried foods. Her LDL dropped by 12 points in just 8 weeks. She didn't feel deprived, she just made smarter swaps. The second mistake is over-relying on refined carbs and sugars. White bread, pastries, sugary cereals, and sweetened drinks don't contain cholesterol themselves, but they indirectly affect cholesterol metabolism by promoting weight gain and increasing triglycerides, another type of blood fat that raises heart disease risk. The Mayo Clinic notes that high sugar intake can lower HDL, the good cholesterol, while raising LDL. Marilyn used to start her day with a blueberry muffin from her favorite bakery. She thought it was healthier than a donut. But that muffin contained 45 grams of sugar, more than a can of soda. After she switched to oatmeal with fresh berries, she noticed she felt fuller longer and didn't experience the mid-morning energy crash she'd been blaming on just getting older. The third mistake is ignoring portion sizes. Even healthy foods can backfire if you eat too much of them. Marilyn loved almonds. She knew they were heart healthy, but she was eating them straight from a large container while watching TV and didn't realize she was consuming 3 or 4 servings in one sitting. Nuts are wonderful for cholesterol, but they're also calorie-dense. Overeating them can lead to weight gain, which negatively impacts cholesterol levels. Here's a simple fix. Marilyn started pre-portioning her nuts into small containers, about 1 ounce each. That simple habit helped her enjoy the benefits without overdoing it. The fourth mistake is skipping fiber-rich foods. Fiber, especially soluble fiber, is one of the most powerful natural tools for lowering cholesterol. It binds to cholesterol in your digestive system and helps your body eliminate it. But according to the CDC, most older adults get less than half the fiber they need each day. Marilyn rarely ate beans, lentils, or whole grains. She thought they were bland or too much trouble to prepare. Once she learned how fiber worked and found easy recipes, everything changed. She started adding a half cup of black beans to her salads and soups and felt the difference in her digestion and energy levels within 2 weeks. Have you been making any of these mistakes? If so, do and feel bad. Comment guilty below. You're definitely not alone, and the good news is, once you know what to avoid, you're already halfway to making better choices. Now let's get to the heart of today's message: the 7 everyday foods that can actively support healthy cholesterol levels and how to use them in simple, enjoyable ways. The first food is oats and whole grains. Oats are packed with a type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan. This fiber works like a sponge in your digestive system, soaking up cholesterol and escorting it out of your body before it can enter your bloodstream. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that eating just 3 grams of beta-glucan daily, about the amount in a bowl and a half of oatmeal, can reduce LDL cholesterol by 5 to 10%. Marilyn started every morning with a warm bowl of oatmeal topped with cinnamon, sliced apples, and a drizzle of honey. She told me it felt like a cozy ritual, something that made her feel cared for. Here's how to use it. Swap white bread or bagels for whole grain toast. Add a handful of oats to your morning smoothie or yogurt. Try barley or quinoa as a side dish instead of white rice. One safety note: if you're on diabetes medication, monitor your blood sugar when increasing fiber intake, as it can affect absorption rates. The second food is fatty fish such as salmon, sardines, and mackerel. These fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, healthy fats that lower triglycerides, reduce inflammation, and support overall vascular health. The National Institutes of Health notes that omega-3s may also improve blood vessel function, helping blood flow more smoothly and reducing the risk of clots. Marilyn wasn't a big fish eater, but she started buying canned sardines and salmon, affordable, convenient, and no bones to worrying about. She mashed them with a little lemon juice and spread them on whole grain crackers for lunch. Here's how to use it. Aim for 2 servings of fatty fish per week. Canned options like sardines and salmon are budget-friendly and shelf-stable. Grill, bake, or poach fresh salmon with herbs and olive oil. One safe it. Why note, if you're on blood thinners, consult your doctor before significantly increasing omega-3 intake, as it can affect clotting. The third food is legumes, including beans, lentils, and chickpeas. Legumes are nutrition powerhouses. They're loaded with soluble fiber, plant-based protein, and nutrients like magnesium and potassium, all of which support heart health. Research from Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health shows that people who eat legumes 4 or more times per week have a 20% lower risk of heart disease compared to those who eat them less than once a week. Marilyn discovered a simple bean chili recipe she could make in her slow cooker. She'd make a big batch on Sunday and eat it throughout the week, sometimes over a baked potato, sometimes as a side dish, sometimes in a wrap. She swapped one meat-based meal per day for a bean dish and noticed she had more energy and easier digestion, plus her grocery bill went down. Here's how to use it. Add a half cup of beans to salads, soups, or stews 3 times a week. Try hummus made from chickpeas as a dip for vegetables. Experiment with lentil pasta or bean-based pasta alternatives. One safety note: if you're not used to eating beans, start with small portions to avoid digestive discomfort. Your body will adjust within a week or 2. The fourth food is nuts, particularly almonds, walnuts, and pistachios. Unsalted nuts provide heart-healthy fats, fiber, and plant sterols, natural compounds that block cholesterol absorption. And in the intestines, a review in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that eating a small handful of nuts daily, about 1 ounce, can reduce LDL cholesterol by up to 5%. Marilyn keeps a small jar of mixed nuts on her kitchen counter every afternoon around 3 p.m. When she used to reach for cookies, she now grabs a small handful of almonds or walnuts instead. Here's how to use it. Pre-portion nuts into 1 ounce servings, about 23 almonds or 14 walnut halves. Sprinkle chopped nuts on oatmeal, yogurt, or salads. Choose raw or dry roasted varieties without added salt or sugar. One safety note: if you have a tree nut allergy, substitute seeds like sunflower or pumpkin seeds, which offer similar benefits. The fifth food S. Fruits high in pectin, such as apples, pears, and citrus fruits. These fruits are rich in soluble fiber, particularly pectin, which helps lower LDL cholesterol by binding to it in the digestive tract. The Cleveland Clinic recommends eating at least 2 servings of fruit daily, especially varieties high in soluble fiber. Marilyn started keeping a bowl of apples and pears on her dining table. She'd slice one up with her breakfast or have it as an afternoon snack with a spoonful of almond butter. Here's how to use it. Eat the whole fruit, including the skin, for maximum fiber. Pear fruit with a protein source like Greek yogurt or cheese. For added satiety, add orange or grapefruit segments to salads for a refreshing twist. One safety note: if you're on certain medications like statins, check with your doctor about grapefruit consumption, as it can interact with some drugs. The 6th food is vegetables, especially leafy greens. Spinach, kale, collard greens, and broccoli are low in calories, high in fiber, and packed with antioxidants that support vascular health. Research published in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that people who eat leafy greens daily have significantly lower rates of heart disease. Marilyn wasn't a big salad person, but she found ways to sneak greens into meals she already loved. She added spinach to a morning, eggs, stirred kale into her bean soup, and layered romaine lettuce on her sandwiches. Here's how to use it. Add a handful of spinach to smoothies. You won't taste it. Steam or sew. Eat greens with garlic and olive oil as a side dish. Toss mixed greens into soups, omelets, or pasta dishes. One safety note: if you're on blood thinners like warfarin, talk to your doctor about consistent vitamin K intake from leafy greens. The 7th food is plant oils and avocado. Replacing butter or margarine with olive oil, canola oil, or avocado introduces unsaturated fats that act belly support healthy cholesterol levels. Avocados themselves are rich in monounsaturated fats and fiber, a powerful combination for heart health. Marilyn switched from spreading butter on her toast to mashing half an avocado with a pinch of salt and pepper. She drizzled olive oil over her roasted vegetables instead of using margarine. These simple swaps made her meals taste richer and more satisfying, and her LDL cholesterol dropped by 18 points over 3 months. Here's how to use it. Use olive oil for cooking and salad dressings. Add avocado slices to sandwiches, salads, or scrambled eggs. Avoid reusing cooking oil, as it can form harmful compounds when overheated. One safety note: healthy fats are still calorie-dense, so practice portion control to avoid unintended weight gain. Let me tell you what happened to Marilyn after 6 months of making these changes. Her LDL cholesterol dropped from 180 to 142. Her doctor was thrilled. But more importantly, Marilyn felt like herself again. She had energy to play with her grandchildren. She walked her dog every morning without feeling winded. She slept better. She felt light, not just physically, but emotionally. One day, she told me something I'll never forget. She said, "For the first time in years, I feel like I'm in charge of my health. I'm not just a passenger anymore. That's what I want for you, too. You deserve to feel strong, confident, and in control of your health. You deserve to wake up each morning knowing you're doing something meaningful for your body, something that could add years to your life and life to your years. Here's my challenge for you. Start with just one small change tonight. Maybe it's swapping butter for olive oil. Maybe it's adding a handful of spinach to your dinner. Maybe it's keeping a bowl of apples on your counter instead of cookies. Just one change, that's all, and if you're ready to feel protect your heart and take control of your cholesterol, hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss the next step in your journey. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these 7 foods are you going to try first. I read every single comment and I'd love to hear from you. You've got this. And I'm here with you every step of the way. Let me answer some of the most common questions I get about cholesterol and diet. Many people ask whether these foods can replace their cholesterol medication. The answer is no. These foods are powerful tools that can support cholesterol management, but they don't replace prescription medications like statins. Always work with your doctor to determine the best treatment plan for you. In many cases, diet and medication work together to give you the best results. Another common question is how quickly can I see results from dietary changes? Most people see modest improvements in 4 to 12 weeks when they consistently follow a heart-healthy diet. However, individual results vary based on genetics, activity level, and other health factors. Be patient and stay consistent. Your body needs time to respond. People also wonder if it's okay to eat eggs if they have high cholesterol. For most people, eggs in moderation, up to 1 per day, can be part of a balanced diet. Recent research shows that dietary cholesterol from eggs has less impact on blood cholesterol than previously thought. Focus on your overall dietary pattern rather than single foods. If you're concerned, ask your doctor. Some ask whether smoothies are a good way to get more fiber. Yes, especially if you include skin on fruits, oats, leafy greens, or even a spoonful of ground flaxseed. Smoothies can be a convenient way to pack multiple fiber-rich foods into one meal. Just watch out for added sugars and keep portions reasonable. Others wonder if chocolate or coffee can help with cholesterol. Dark chocolate, 70% cocoa or higher, contains antioxidants that may support heart health when eaten in small amounts, about 1 ounce a few times per week. Coffee is generally fine for most people and may even have cardiovascular benefits. Just avoid adding excessive sugar or cream. When in doubt, check with your doctor. Finally, people ask about cholesterol-lowering supplements, plant sterol or stanol supplements, as well as psyllium fiber. Supplements may help lower cholesterol when used alongside a healthy diet. However, always confirm with your healthcare provider before starting any supplement, as they can interact with medications or have side effects. Here's a quick reference guide you can use. When it comes to what to avoid, saturated and trans fats raise LDL cholesterol. Instead, use olive oil, avocado, and nuts, which support healthy cholesterol balance. Refined carbs and sugar lower HDL and raise triglycerides. Choose whole grains, oats, and legumes instead to increase fiber and stabilize blood sugar. Skipping fiber-rich foods means missing out on natural cholesterol removal. Eat beans, fruits, and vegetables daily to bind and remove cholesterol nature. A lie. Overeating healthy foods leads to weight gain. Practice portion control to maintain a healthy weight. Relying solely on diet may not be enough alone. Combine with activity and doctor guidance or comprehensive heart health support. Ignoring food variety limits nutrient intake. Include a colorful mix daily to provide the full range of heart nutrients. For a daily routine suggestion, start your morning with a bowl of oatmeal, topped with berries and a sprinkle of chopped walnuts. Drizzle with a teaspoon of honey if desired. At lunch, enjoy a colorful salad with leafy green, chickpeas, avocado slices, and olive oil. Dressing. Pair with a piece of whole grain bread. In the evening, have a serving of grilled salmon or sardines with steamed broccoli and quinoa, ish with a fresh apple or pear as a bonus. Keep a small container of pre-portioned almonds or pistachios handy for a mid-afternoon snack and swap your usual cooking fat with olive oil, And you talk with your doctor, use these conversation starters. Ask which of these cholesterol-friendly foods you should focus on given your current health. Find out if there are any safe plant sterol or fiber supplements you could add to your routine. Inquire how often you should have your cholesterol checked to monitor progress. And ask if there are any foods you should avoid based on your medication. Save this information and share it with someone you care about. Small changes add up to big results. The guidance in this video comes from trusted sources. The American Heart Association (PR) provides comprehensive guidance on how diet, fiber, and healthy fats support cardiovascular health in older adults. Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health offers evidence-based reviews emphasizing the role of oats, nuts, fruits, and vegetables in reducing LDL cholesterol. The National Institutes of Health presents research showing omega-3s support heart function and may help lower triglycerides, Mayo Clinic gives practical advice on how plant-based foods and healthy fats can positively affect cholesterol without drastic lifestyle overhauls. And the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention provides statistics on cholesterol prevalence in adults over 60 and the role of diet in prevention and management. These sources provide the foundation for the guidance shared in this video. Always consult your healthcare provider for personalized advice. Now, before we wrap up, I want to remind you of something important. Everything we've shared today is for educational purposes to help you make informed choices about your heart health. The experiences I've shared, including Marilyn's story, are based on real-life situations, but individual results can vary. What worked wonderfully for her might need adjustments for your specific situation. I always encourage you to work closely with your doctor or healthcare provider before making any significant changes to your diet, especially if you're taking medications or managing other health conditions. They know your personal health history best and can guide you on what's right for you. Every person is unique. Your body, your genetics, your medications, and your lifestyle all play a role in how these foods will affect your cholesterol. Your healthcare team is your best partner in this journey toward better heart health and overall wellness. Focus on consistency, variety, and finding joy in the foods you eat. Your heart and your entire body will thank you. Take care of yourself. Stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.